Hey you guys, PJD here. Hope you're all doing well. This is obviously going to be a lip swatch video because you can see I don't have a lip on today. So here we go. These are some of the shades that came out from Milani from their Amore Matte collection, but it was the fall division and they released another set of shades towards the end. So I have three that I thought would look good. The one that I had mentioned in a previous video that I was on the hunt for is Magnetic. I'm just going to swatch it and come back. It's described as a pearl cranberry but plum, but in either case I think the color is really pretty. I'm going to swatch it for you right now, and I'm going to tell you that the formula and everything of it feels just like the other Amore Matte lipsticks that I've spoken about in the past. Look at that shade. I'm going to go off camera, apply this. The other two shades that I'm going to show you are of a different formula, but we're going to talk about it. So I'm going to swatch this and come back. This is the shade Magnetic. Dry on the hand. Here it is in the tube. And here it is on my lips. I can smile. I can do all sorts of things. Obviously, it's that matte look. It's like they say cranberry, but for me it's like a plum. I really like the shade. I think it's very nice. So this is Magnetic. And now let me swatch for you this one, which I know lots of people have spoken about, Dearest, because they were saying it's like patchy, really deep vampy color. But I'm going to tell you, the patchiness for me, I was able to get around that because I think if you, as you're applying one of these deeper shades, you can kind of see where it's going to look a little patchy and you can kind of go over it. Not that you want to have to do that, but that's what you just may need to do. As you can see, even with that application right there on my hand, I can tell that it's going to come on. Let me try and put a little more. That it's going to dry a little bit, you know, streaky and not look as uniform. But this is just like the application on my hand. I'm going to do it on my lip once I take this off, and you'll see how it looks. The patchiness is not the issue for me because, as I mentioned, I can get around that by just watching how I apply it and doing a few little hand tricks, right? But now the issue for me is that this formula, and I'll come back. This is the one, Dearest, that I'm talking about in terms of the application and how it applies. I'm going to do this one on camera, but here's what I have to say about it. The formula, to me, is much drier than any of the others that I've ever had from the Milani Amore Matte collection. It's not dry in the sense that, like, oh, it feels uncomfortable, but it's dry that if I smile or do something, it'll crack, or if I drink a bottle of water, it will feel crumbly on my inner lip and start to disappear, whereas even the Magnetic shade that I just swatched does not do that. I can drink a bottle of water and be fine. So yeah, so this one is crumbly in nature and dry and just ready to crack, so you just have to be careful. Now if you're not drinking or eating or doing anything like that, then you should be fine, but it will still look and feel dry. I would still recommend applying it the way I'm about to do, because when I apply it with my lips in like an expanded state, then I know that later on if I'm smiling or doing something, it's not going to crack or look all choppy and have missing color in between the lines of my lip. It won't do that. So but it will if I just apply it like this, with my lips just kind of together. So I need to account for the expansion that I will experience. So here we go with Dearest. Right, so you can see right there. Let me zoom in a little. I'm going to be looking in the mirror so I can try and get this a little straight. So I can see, okay, obviously that's sloppy, but aside from that, see how here you can see it's a little lighter? And that's how it would actually dry. So I'm going to try and combat that right now by putting some color there. And now I'm going to do the top row. It is vampy. It is a nice deep shade. And again, this is Dearest. And I'll let it dry off camera, but I obviously won't be applying any more off camera because I want you to see. Oh, and I didn't expand my lips. Urgh. Okay, let me try and fix that now. Okay, this is what I need to do so that it won't crumble on me. or look weird. Okay, so yeah, so Dearest takes the most work. Oops. Okay, should be good now. All right, so I'll let this, well, this is Dearest wet. This is Dearest on the hand drying, and you can see this, the patchiness of it, right? Let's see how it dries on my lips once it's done. Oops, not going in. We're zooming out. All right, I'll be, this is it wet though. I'll be right back. So this one took a little longer to dry because obviously I layered more. Let me just show you underneath. Well, even up here you can see it looks a little patchy. So I obviously didn't do a good job with the top row. Look at that. See, you can see that. But here's what I meant about expanding the lip. See? Yeah, so that, I mean, that can look weird. And it does this. Watch this. What? See? See, look at this. It's cracking. Look. It's flicking. I'm just blowing off of my lip. So that's what Dearest does. Look at the, yeah. So Dearest is the worst formula that I've ever experienced from Milani. Yeah, it's just the worst formula I've ever experienced from Milani. And here it is, what I flicked off of my lip just by blowing and stretching my lips comes off right here. So I did mention that the way to kind of get around that is by applying it in an expanded state, but as you saw, I messed up. I didn't start in an expanded state, so I have gotten Dearest to look good, and you can too. It's just work, and who wants to? I've already paid for the product. Like I want no additional work. So, you know, so Dearest is not a shade that I would repurchase. I like the color, but the formula, I don't know what went wrong in the lab, because normally Milani does a good job with their matte formulas. And I'm just using right now a makeup remover wipe from the, I think the brand, yeah, it's called Rice Brightening Facial Cleansing Wipes or whatever, but the company name is Skin Food. And yeah, so I got that. And it works pretty well. All right, so the next shade that I'm going to show you, which is the last one, is Attraction. And Simone, hey girl, said that, you know, she heard that this was a dupe for Cherry Blossom. You know, the Cherry Blossom from Colored Rain. So let's take a look. And I have Cherry Blossom here. So we're going to see. Now, this one, Attraction, can be a little dry too, but it's not nearly as bad as Dearest. So this is Attraction wet. I, of course, have Cherry Blossom, which we'll put next to it. And I did post a picture like this on Instagram, so you can see that there too. Now, although the colors may be similar, and of course, I'm going to give you Boss Lady from the Lip Bar, so we can get that side by side. So although the colors may be similar, the formula is not. The better formulas definitely come from the Lip Bar and Colored Rain. So I'm just going to put this out there. But if you're looking for a color that's in the ballpark, or really close to the ballpark, as you can see here. This one right here is the Attraction shade by Milani. This one is Cherry Blossom by Colored Rain, and this one is Boss Lady by the Lip Bar. So the formulas are different, but the shades, as you can see, pretty close. But when it comes to formula, again, my favorites come from Colored Rain and Boss Lady. The Lip Bar. All right, so now I'm just going to put on Attraction, which I don't need to like expand my lips in order to make this one work. So I'm going to do it off camera and come back and you'll see what Attraction looks like all dry. Here it is on my hand, this one. But I'm going to apply it to the lips. Be right back. So here is Attraction completely dry on my lip, and let's just take a look also at Dearest. Look how just on my hand Dearest is crumbling. Just by me moving my hand and the movement of it, it was crumbling. So anyway, it's all dry. This is Attraction from Milani. This is Cherry Blossom by Colored Rain, and the last one is Boss Lady by the Lip Bar. So pretty close. If you don't want to check out the money for the other two, which, by the way, I think I've mentioned this on the camera in the past, but the Lip Bar is also sold through Target online now. But anyway, here is Milani's Attraction on the lips. There we go. And there it is on the hand. Not far from these other two. All right, so and again, I can smile and do other things and it's not weird. It just feels drier than like Magnetic, which was the first shade that I put on. So I just want to mention that. Oh, I'll also show you just because, I don't know. I had also picked up what was limited edition, but I'm not sure that it is anymore, from Stila. They came out with these like metal colors. But this one, the one that I got is Mystere. Is so close. It's this one here. And it is so close to Pure Matteness from, they're not dupes, but Pure Matteness, which I've swatched before on camera, from Milani. So here's Mystere and here's Pure Matteness. It's just that this is more like lipstick form, liquid lipstick, and the Stila one is like traditional lipstick. But you know, if I had to do it all over again, this is cheaper, I would go with this one. This one was like 20 something bucks. So no thanks, Stila. And usually I'm not drawn into Stila things because they just don't, as a brand, do it for me really. But yeah, so I got that one because it looks so beautiful online, and then I got it in person. I was like, oh, that's like my Milani one. So anyway, really cute. Wow, Dearest really stinks. Milani, if you're watching, you're probably not, but that one is really bad in terms of formula. But the shade is pretty. So anyway, I can do on camera because it requires no drying time. This is the Stila one, Mystere. It's just like a traditional lipstick. There you go. I've applied it on the lips. And it just looked more red, I guess, online. But here we go. I'll zoom in. It feels comfortable on the lips. I can drink, eat. Well, it's gonna come off like regular lipstick would, but for the drinking part, it stays on pretty good, like if I'm drinking from a bottle of water. So here it is on my hand, and here it is next to Pure Matteness. So again, they're not dupes, but close enough that if I would have known, I would have just stuck with the Milani one that I own. So anyway, that's it for these lip swatches. I hope you're all doing really well, and I will talk to you at some point. All right. Bye.